Here's a little do-it-yourself project involving a Tommy Bahama umbrella which screws into sand that you would normally use at the beach, and a little redwood planter box that you buy at Home Depot, and you can move it around to keep it in shade so you can stay in the shade all day while you're laying out and just relaxing in the sun. So what it involves is about 100 pounds worth of sand, a redwood planter box, and some soil so that you can keep it looking pretty, and some wheels so you can roll it around, and a 4x4 redwood post. And you put them all together and you have a nice little rolling planter box that looks pretty in the backyard for when you're not even using it. See, there's the sand, and there's like a 4-inch PVC pipe that you cut that goes all the way down into the sand, and then you put sand in the middle, so it's also surrounded by sand and some mesh, which I also got at Costco, which you can get seasonally there. And you put the mesh in between the sand and the soil so they don't get all mixed up and ugly looking, and keep your soil nice and pure. Alright, that's the first part. Now we'll go to making it. Alright, so here we go on the upside down part that you need to see in order to do this properly. Alright, if my lovely assistant here, Tinkerbell, are you watching? She watches to make sure I'm doing everything correctly. Okay, so she might be in and out of the video depending on what she decides to do, but in case you see her, please don't be distracted. Alright, so we have these wheels right here, and then we have our 4x4, and to make this taller on two of them, we have a 2x4 underneath. So the 2x4, you'll notice, the 2x4 and the 4x4 and the wheels, everything is going, if I can get you on the inside, everything is going sideways to make these three boards stronger, especially this one in the middle. As it ages, will lose its integrity a little bit. So we have our 4x4 planter, and when it's turned over, it looks like this without the mesh. We have the PVC pipe. I think this is a 4-inch PVC pipe that is sitting in the middle, and then on the inside also we're going to have the weed mesh that goes on the inside, and we're going to staple it around the corners. We're going to staple it all over so it sits nice and tight, and that will, if you look on the inside here, that'll show you how the sand, if you didn't have this, will get through, and we don't want the sand falling out and creating some sort of trouble all over your backyard where you have to sweep constantly. Alright, we're done for now on this. Alright, so what we're going to do now before we put the mesh on the inside is we have 3-inch gold-filled screws that we got from Home Depot, and they look like this, and we're going to screw them in to the 4x4s, which are underneath here, lined up properly. So we have that there, and we're going to put them on the inside, and we're doing this before we put the mesh in, so there's no chance of when you put the 100 pounds of sand in, it ripping the mesh, because that would be not a good thing. Then you have sand getting all over the place, and you don't look like you've really done a good job. If you're a perfectionist and things like that keep you from sleeping like they do me. Alright, now we're going to get started, and I don't need to videotape that because I only got one hand that works, and my wife, she's my secret ingredient also besides Tinkerbell. She helps me to do this besides filming what's going on. And the reason why I'm doing this on the inside and not outside right now is I think it's about 93 degrees, and I have MS, multiple sclerosis, and the heat, if you know anybody that has MS, melts you like ice cream. And then nothing works really good, especially, well, if you want to be happily married, you try and stay in a nice, cool environment so you don't sound like you're a grumpy old man and make your wife upset, because, you know, the key to a happy marriage is keeping your wife happy. Then you have a happy life and a happy wife. Alright, that's all for now. Okay, so here are the screws that we put in, the 3-inch screws. And I'm just showing you this so you know where we put them. We try and center them in the center of each of the board on the 4x4 and also here. So you see how they went in? And I have to tell you that I actually cheated. My wife did it for me because they're long and they were going sideways, and it has to be done right or it shouldn't be done at all. Halfway as well. You know what they say, half-assed. And we don't like to do things that way. All right, there's that part. Now I'm going to flip it over and show you. So we're learning as we go along, and here are the 4x4s put right in here. And we've learned that we don't need, with the Tommy Bahama umbrellas, we don't need the 2x4 on the inside here also, because the Tommy Bahama umbrella, you could actually raise it on the second part of the umbrella up and down to where you need it. So the best bet, the best way to do it is just to have the 4x4s on there. All right, cut. So here's the mesh that we have that we're getting ready to cut. We're going to make sure that we cut it too long, because then at the end we're going to take scissors and go around it after we staple it in place. It's better to use too much than not enough. We get this at Costco, and you can also get it at probably Home Depot year-round, but seasonally you can get it at Costco, and that's where I get everything I can, because that's where I work, and then I go to Home Depot or someplace else to get stuff. Okay, so now my wife, who is behind the camera, and I'm going to show you shortly, has stapled all of this in place. And she's going to walk up closely and show you the inside right here. So the inside looks all nice and clean, and it all floats around right now. The reason why we're not putting staples in the bottom is because staples rust and staples make holes, and holes compromise the integrity of the box, and then you have sand going everywhere, and then you don't have perfection. And perfection is what we're always after. If you shoot for the moon, if you shoot for the stars, maybe hit the moon, something like that. Anyways, you get my idea. Alright, now we're going to commence on cutting the extra material away so that it looks all clean and pretty, because we don't want it looking like an already open present. There we go. Okay, now we're going to show you the inside, but before we do that, I'm trying not to get choked up here. So many of you have done so many beautiful things for me that this is my attempt to give back to you, to try and do something beautiful for you in your life by giving you this little FYI, something that you guys could do for yourself. So this is why I'm kind of doing this, because there's really no other way to repay you all for what you've done for me, my vacation, and just all the love that's been poured out to me, like it is always, every day, all the time, whenever I'm at work or wherever I go somewhere. So this is my, hopefully, not feeble attempt to do a nice gift back to you. Alright, so now we'll show you the inside. So here we go. This is it, stapled and cut. And, you know, you can see all the staples that go around the side. These are all the things that you're not going to see once it's all said and done. Alright, there we go. Now we're using self-piercing, what are they?
Roofing screws.
Roofing screws to attach these casters. It makes it really, really easy. See that right there? And then it comes with the attachment inside the box, which makes it really, really easy and saves you a little money there. Okay, there we go. Alright, these casters or these screws are really great because this is magnetized. And so it makes it easy for me, or anybody like me, that only has one arm, one hand, it works really good, see, to go like this. Boom, done. Alright. Alright, Tinkerbell is back to inspect the work. We have the last 4 wheels, or we have all 4 wheels secured in place. Now our last steps will be to put the sand in, then to put some more mesh over that and secure it, then to put the soil in, and then the flowers on it, after we also including putting the 4-inch little black PVC pipe in, which is going to be camouflaged by the flowers. And you'll see all of that. In the final step, we'll show my lovely sweet little sunshine here, Sherry, putting in the Tommy Bahama umbrella. So you'll finally get to see her pretty face, which is a whole lot better than mine, I guarantee. Thank you very much. So now we're down to the last 3 steps. What we've done right now is dump a 50-pound bag worth of sand in here, and the PVC pipe in the middle, and if you look, we put sand in the middle to stabilize it also. Now we're going to dump our last 50-pound bag in, then we're going to cover it with this mesh here again to separate it from the sand, and then we put the soil in, and then we put the plants in, and then I'll show Sherry. You'll finally see my beautiful honey screwing in the Tommy Bahama umbrella that we got from Costco. All right. All right. So we've dumped our last bag of sand in, and we filled the PVC pipe up. If you can see on the inside, we didn't fill it up all the way because we don't want the sand spilling over when we screw in the Tommy Bahama umbrella. Alright, now what we're going to do is cover this area with mesh, and we're going to staple it again up to the sides so that it doesn't compromise and mix the sand with the soil. We don't want that. It just won't look pretty. And we're going for pretty, like my wife, Sherry. Okay. Alright. This is now cut and stapled around the side, and we cut this over it and brought it up so that when we put the soil in, it covers up a little bit but doesn't mix with the sand. Oh, there you are.
Go ahead.
Is it going?
Yes.
There you are. Okay. So now we're at the final step, and I'm going to hold this, and you're going to see my lovely wife, and she's going to install the umbrella in about 5 seconds, hopefully. Okay, there she is. Here she comes. All right, she's moving at light speed. There she is, and she's taking that out. Okay. Hopefully she won't. Notice you cannot see that PVC pipe anymore in the center. See, the wind's blowing and this is holding steady. Good deal. Alright, here she goes. Be careful, she's deadly with this thing. Don't want to make her angry. Alright. She's screwing it into the sand, which is separated from the dirt. She's almost done. Doo-doo-doo. There goes my sunshine. Alright. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Da-da-da-da-da. La-da-da-da-da-da. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Sorry if we add other real music, then we're infringing on copyright. Uh-oh. Okay. Here we go. Like a parachute deploying. And she's done it. Voila. Isn't she magnificent? She is the master. at putting together my ideas.
Arlie's the one with the ideas. He tells me his idea, and he says, "Do you know what I mean? Do you know? See how great that would be?" And I say, "I think so, but I don't really understand and get it." So then he just tells me what to do, and I do it with some arguing involved. And
that makes it fun.
Then when it's done, I see what he meant and appreciate it, because I just love this. Now we can hang out here on our lounge chair and not be cooking like fried chicken.
We get to relax and unwind after a long hard day or a nice Sunday off from work. I think we got it. Ta-da!